Hey everyone, Will Corbett here. I wanted to show you a couple of fun knots that you could tie while you're probably at home, and maybe you can venture outside like I have here to the deck and use some of these posts as mock rails or climbing loops, whatever you can find and get your hands on. So I've got a couple things tied already. The first one over here I'll point out is the figure 8 follow through. This is a really popular knot, especially in climbing. Very, very effective, better stopping power than just a regular overhand, and overall pretty easy to tie once you get the hang of it. So I'm going to show you how to tie this one first. Next, very simple, actually just a girth hitch. That's all this is. Super simple, but very, very helpful in a lot of different situations. I'm going to talk a little bit more about rock climbing since that's been my experience, but specifically this one's super easy for climbing. If you're mountaineering, camping, just hooking anything up, super easy. And then also this one, we're going to use a Slipknot. Very simple to use. I'll show you how all that works, okay? So first, let's start with the figure 8 follow through. It's going to consist of a regular figure 8 knot tied on one end of the rope, okay? So to tie a figure 8 knot, it's super easy. Make a loop as such, pinch on the top, twist once, then twice. Make sure you're still holding that down here. Take the other end and come through the eye. Another way to explain this, as I've seen it explained by one of my good friends, his name's Ish. If you hold the loop like this, it looks like an alien, kind of like an alien head. So you take the head, you twist him once, you twist him twice, and then you poke him in the eye. But you have to come on the back side here and tighten up. So you see how that's a figure 8. That makes an 8 shape, a figure 8. Okay, I'm going to loop it around one of my deck posts here as if it were a climbing harness. All right, so again, it's called the figure 8 follow through. So you have your normal figure 8, and then you just want to follow the rope with this end. So as you see, I'm following right here. I'm coming underneath like that. So as you see, this rope is following this one. Very easy. So keep following that through. As you see, this piece of rope wraps around, so that's what I'm going to do. And as you see, this rope goes underneath, so I'm also going to go underneath as such. I'm going to keep following. As you see, there we go. The rope comes around again and then back underneath. And I am using P cord, which is useful, or just cordelette as it's called. But as you see now, good clean knot. Now in climbing, there's a couple different ways to secure this knot even after having made this one, but that'll be a separate video that I'll show you. Okay? Let's talk about our next, whoopsie daisy. Let's talk about our next knot that we're going to talk about. And knot is a pretty loose term here, but we'll go ahead and use it. As you see, this is a girth hitch. I'm going to untie it real quick. So what you can do with the girth hitch, and this is a really great way to secure yourself if you're climbing, you loop it through your harness, and this helps to have an on direct piece. It's a static piece. It's not your rope. You'd use this as a on direct, meaning if you're at the top of a route or if you're climbing up and you can hook into a bolt, this will keep you on the wall while you rest or while you're clipping into the anchors at the top. More on that in the next video. But a girth hitch is super simple. Okay, you have the two. This is just the rope as you see here. Okay, the sling as it's called in the rock climbing world. Loop one end around as you see. Take one end and come through here. So as you see, as I pull this end, tightens up, pretty secure. So what you can do is hook a carabiner in, and again, if you were at the top of a route, this is hooked to your harness, you would clip this in, clip that into a bolt, so then you are essentially connected into the wall with that carabiner. Okay, so again, all that's called is a girth hitch. Very simple, used all the time in rock climbing, and there's tons of other applications if you're horseback riding, camping, mountain biking, all kinds of stuff. Okay, last one that we're going to show you today is called the Slipknot. I'm sure you've heard of that term before, because as you see, you can adjust it as you need and tighten it. I've actually used this knot a couple different times when I've been out on the trail with my dogs and leash gets away from me, or I forget a leash. Okay, so slip knot. Let's show you how to do this. I'm actually going to get you a little bit closer. There we go. So with this one, wrap it around whatever it is. Again, this could be your dog's neck. Again, it's just an adjustable leash. You have to make sure it doesn't get too tight, of course. This could be around anything that you need to keep tabs on. You want to have enough slack to do a couple loops. So with this end, I'm going to wrap around. And you can wrap around as many times as you'd like, but really, you only need 2. Okay? So I just wrapped it around, and it kind of looks like a snake wrapped up. Then you want to bring it around the other side. So this one I haven't tightened it, but again, I brought it around the other side. Tighten it up. And then as you see, as I pull on this end, then it's going to tighten up. It's a self-tightening knot. See that? Good knot to keep things secure if you need something secure like that. A great resource though is, if you are really going to be outdoors a lot, is one of these, a directory of knots. First of all, just fun to sit around the table and do a blimp knot. Looks like a figure 8 actually. All these different kinds of fun iterations of tying a piece of rope while you're sitting around if it's rainy outside. But just really practice the basics. I'm going to go ahead and recommend too that you can Google all this as well, but check out the other videos I'll be posting, since everybody's at this point probably inside, or maybe not exactly where you want to be outside because of all this crazy world we live in. But I'll be posting another couple videos about the bowline, modified figure 8 for extra safety, a couple other fun, useful day-to-day knots too. But for now, appreciate you watching and have fun out there.